it's been almost 15 years that I have stuck with a gluten-free diet. Being able to eat some form of wheat products and homemade breads and pastries, again, has changed so much for me. Even my husband told me he hadn't seen me this excited in years. It's honestly really, truly changed my life, and that sounds kind of cheesy, but it really, really has opened doors that I never thought would open again. My experience with gluten kind of dates back to about 2007 when I was diagnosed with a gluten sensitivity or gluten intolerance. Most of my life, I had grown up with some kind of GI issues, chronic abdominal pains, bloating, that couldn't really be explained by anything else. So it wasn't until 2007, maybe 2008, that I reached out to my primary care provider and had that discussion, and they had suggested that I try some dietary modifications. So since I had done that, I had noticed a drastic improvement in not only my symptoms, just my overall well-being. I felt so much better. And in the initial interim period of going towards a gluten-free diet, it was very challenging. The products back then were not nearly what they are today. The texture was horrible, the taste was horrible, but today they have come a long way. But it was challenging initially to not only find products that were good quality, but also that tasted good as well. So initially, I made that adjustment and I noticed almost instantly that I had felt so much better. And so it's been almost 15 years that I have stuck with a gluten-free diet. The thing I missed the most about gluten-free was homemade breads, specifically cinnamon rolls. I really miss pastries and any kind of homemade dough products. What made me try products baked with French flour was after having a conversation with a coworker of mine. She shared with me that she had been in a similar situation as I am as far as how she was diagnosed, that she had been living a gluten-free diet for many, many years. And she had learned that people who have a gluten sensitivity or gluten intolerance can somehow magically tolerate this French flour that is different from American flour. And she had discovered the bakery and had tried the products and did not react. And she was sharing this information with me, and I went down a rabbit hole on the internet and started looking into, other people's experiences with the flour. And there were many different posts that were available where thousands of people were able to magically eat, homemade baked goods that were made with this specific French flour. And there are all these theories out there as far as how and why, but it has been a huge life changer. So my experience with eating American flour or wheat products versus the French flour products is that I don't notice any symptoms. Whenever I would eat something that has wheat flour, even, you go out to eat at a restaurant, you may get some kind of contamination, or they use some kind of product that had wheat in it that was not otherwise labeled. I would usually notice that I would react within about an hour or so after eating it. And after trying a few of the pastries here, I waited an hour. I still felt fine after I ate it. I waited 2 hours. I waited the rest of the day, and I felt totally fine. The adjustment in that eating real baked goods, again, just the texture difference was almost an adjustment, but in the best of way possible.
What item has been your favorite so far, Reis?
The bread. The bread's awesome. The bread is awesome here. I love it.
Do you have a favorite bread?
The ale bread is my favorite. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think I ate the whole loaf the first day we got it. Yeah, I definitely think anybody who has a gluten sensitivity or gluten intolerance should definitely try it. I understand the hesitancy in trying products that you haven't maybe had for decades. I too was hesitant, and it's just been such an eye-opening, awesome experience to be able to have these products again. And I encourage people to just give it a try. I can't speak on behalf of people with true celiac disease because I'm not in that boat, but I can definitely say people with an intolerance should most definitely try it. Being able to eat some form of wheat products and homemade breads and pastries, again, has changed so much for me. Even my husband told me he hadn't seen me this excited in years. So it's really opened up a lot of doors and has made me very excited just to be able to, not only consume those products myself, but also expand on my own cooking and baking experience at home. So it's honestly really, truly changed my life. And that sounds kind of cheesy, but it really, really has opened doors that I never thought would open again.